a second. Come on. Sorry. We got on Amud Aleph, right? Yeah. Oh, it's a Toner Rabbanon. The Toner Rabbanon 1, 2, 3, 6 lines down from the top. 6 lines down from the top on Chof Gimel Amud Aleph. Yeah. Avel Shabbos Rishona. So Avel on the first Shabbos, he doesn't go out of his house. Right? Shini, which I don't understand because it seems like we're also makbid to make minyanim in the Avel's house during the week, right? How come Shabbos we don't do it? It sounds like Shabbos they should stay.
There's no aveilus but for on Shabbos. That would be for then, no?
What?
There's no
Why?
aveilus.
You're making a minyan in the guy's house. You're making a minyan in the guy's house.
You're making it because he's an avel. That's aveilus, but you're announcing aveilus in Shabbos.
Why?
Because you're making it. Where are you going? I'm going to daven by line in the shiva.
So what's wrong with that?
That's making aveilus for It's
not shiva. You're allowed to. People make minyanim in people's houses on Shabbos. No. No, parents.
Is parents on? No, but you're doing it because he's an avel.
So okay, maybe that's the reason, but that's not. I don't know.
Thank
you.
Shabbos is talking about the first week, not the first Shabbos, right?
Oh, the first shot. What do you mean?
It's the first week of the first week of when he's an avel. He's not allowed. He's not supposed to go out of his house.
There's only one Shabbos usually in Shiva.
This is not specifically talking about Shabbos. This is saying that the first week he's not supposed to go out of his house.
Right. So what do you mean? So isn't that the first Shabbos of the Shabbos of Shiva?
Correct, but it's saying it's not just saying just Shabbos. It's saying the whole week.
Yeah, of course.
Well, the whole week we know.
Okay.
The whole week we do that.
But Shabbos, for some reason, Shabbos, there's no minyanim by an avel's house. Right? So Naftali is saying because maybe it's aveilus b'fahesia. Maybe. I hear.
Usually something that's done in your house is before Hesia?
What?
Usually something done in your house.
No, what Naftali is saying is everybody's going to say, "Oh, we're going to this base
we're going to the Shiva
on Shabbos."
We're going to the Shiva minyan.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, whatever it is. So Shniya, that I think Naftali's right. I think that must be what it is. Shniya, Yaitzev Eina Yashim Mekayimai. The second Shabbos he goes to shul, right? But he doesn't sit in his place, right? That's the makar for an avel changing his place in the shul. Shlishis Yashim Mekayimai Veina Medaber. On the third, he sits in his place, but he doesn't talk. Right now, again, this is a raya. We had this raya a while ago. I think in Brachas, it was in Brachas that they had different sections and shuls for the different jobs.
People.
Yeah, different trades so that they can schmooze with each other. This too. He sits in shul. He doesn't talk. What do you mean he doesn't talk? When are you supposed to talk in shul? Right? Elamai, you could talk in shul. I don't know. Okay, whatever. That's. I don't know what.
See what the Rashi says.
Someone should show this to the Ated.
Rashi says he shouldn't talk as much as he normally does.
Right. Yeah, you don't talk. Right. Less talking. Okay, wonderful. I don't know. If there was when the Tainus, when they translated the Gemara, the 70s of Canaan, if they had to translate a Shas, these are the things, this sentence they probably would have changed.
I want to post this on the base measures door for all the shushers.
That's 100%. Revius, Harehu Kachol Adam. The fourth week, he's like a regular person. Right? Which is interesting because I think we're knowing that they changed the seat for the whole year. And that's also stomach shaila, whether why isn't an aveilus b'fahesi to change your seat on Shabbos? Right? You walk in these shul and you see the guy sitting in a different seat. So some places can say on Shabbos you shouldn't change your seat, but I think the minhag is that you can keep the seat changed. Fine. Review Daimer. And by the way, the main reason to change the seat is because of the socializing, which is mashma from this Gemara. Right? Because we said yesterday or 2 days ago, Daf, that an avel really is not supposed to be socializing the whole year. So that's really what it is.
I heard Shani Makam Shani Mazel. That's why you change your seat.
Of course you heard that type, but that's not what the Gemara is mashma here.
Is that made up?
I can't. I'm sure there's truth to it, but from his Gemara, it's clear that the reason is also social.
Okay, I guess it fits my guitars and everything.
Yeah, correct. Shlomo
didn't tell people to change their seats. We didn't change our seat.
Yeah, I think Chaim Berlin, they're not so into. I think the Chaim Berlin was not. They're not so.
Rabbi Yeager told me if he said if I'm going to do it to go further away, because if you go further up, then you think you're changing it for covet.
He told you to move the car.
Not a steerer to what I said, Naftali. I said in Shayashiv we didn't change our seats for Shlomo. So what you read it on has nothing to do with what I said.
It's a different place now.
He told you to move the car a couple inches.
What? The car? Yeah.
Move the car a couple inches.
I asked him if I could stand. If I could stand, he said that's not your seat. You stand there sometimes. That's not your seat. Don't worry. Somebody went to him to see if it was a problem. It bothered them that I daven there because I put my sitter on top of Svarim.
Okay. I don't know. I've told you must have a sign on your back. Please start up.
Bother me. Right.
Next time you go somewhere to daven, I've told you, look in the mirror and see if there's a sticker on your back that says, "Please bother me." Okay. Rabbi Yehuda, he disagrees. We don't have. It goes without saying that the first week, right? Now again, I should have mentioned this before. Shabbos can either be touched. It means Shabbos or it means the whole week. Right, meaning during Shiva, right? So he says, Rabbi Yehuda says, it goes without saying that the first week of Shiva, you can't go out of your house. Everybody comes into the house to be menachem him. But it's the second week you don't go out. Even the second week you don't go out. Third, you go and you don't sit in your regular spot. Fourth week, you go and you don't talk. And on the fifth week, you can already talk away. Right?
The fifth week is after the shloshim. Well, part of the fifth week is after the shloshim. No?
I think it's in the fifth week is really the fourth week. No? It could potentially, I guess it could potentially get into shloshim. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the second week? Where does that?
I don't know. Like, what's the chashivas?
That's what I'm saying. I think it means it's part of shloshim. That's why I'm just for that reason. It's the second week of the shloshim, the third week of the shloshim. That's what I think, but I don't know if I'm right.
Yeah. But I don't know. I thought it meant like one second. First week is up until Shiva. Second week is up until the second week. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah. Fine. Okay. So Tanabana. Kol shloshim yomim l'nesuin, all 30 days for getting married. Yeah. Yeah. So meaning he can't get married for 30 days. Mesa ishtoi. If his wife dies, assur lisa isha acheres at sheyaver of shloisha regalim. He's not allowed to get remarried till after 3 yomim tovim. Rabbi Yehuda Aimer, regel rishon b'sheni assur. The first 2 yomim tovim it's assur, shlishi mutter. The third is mutter. Right. So the pshat in this is, what does he have to wait the yomim tovim? Because the simcha of Yom Tif will make him forget his wife, and then he should get remarried. But he shouldn't get remarried before he forgets his wife a little bit. Right. Yeah, right. So that's I lost the place. Yeah, they may like bonim, but let's say he doesn't have kids. Mutter lisa lag alter. He can get married right away because it's more important. The mitzvah d'oraisa of having children is more important than these hanhagas of aveilus, right? Which we said also. People are worried when the guy's over 20 getting married about the names of the father and the chassan being the same. The father-in-law, hello, you have a mitzvah d'oraisa pruruvu. What are you making home? Meshuga with all these kunsin, right? So that's what this is also, right? Because of Mishum Bittul Periyur, because of Bittul Periyur, you can get married right away. If she passed away with young kids, he's allowed to get married right away. And he needs somebody to take care of his kids. Right. So the question is exactly what does right away mean? During Shiva? Sounds like, yeah, you can get, in Shulchan Aruch, it says that you can get married, he can get engaged during Shiva, and the marriage will happen after Shiva. Now, why can't the lady just take care of the kids without them being married? Especially from the next Maisa in the Gemara. Maisa Shemesa Ishte Shel Yosef HaKohen, the wife of Yosef HaKohen died. He said to his sister in the Beis HaKvaros. It's a Rebbe Shemaisa, right? In the Beis HaKvaros, they make a new Rebbe. So here he made a new wife in the Beis HaKvaros. Yeah, go and be mafarnas your sister's kids, right?
That lady from California this week.
I don't know any in the news. So what?
There were a couple that went skiing in Colorado and they had a car accident. The wife died. The husband got very hurt. She had 5 little kids, 5 kids under 12.
Oh yeah. I didn't hear that.
Mamish yesterday.
So that's mamish this case. You're right. That's mamish this case. Yeah. Right. So
he said it to his wife's sister. Who did he say it to?
His wife's sister. After Patira, you can marry your wife's sister.
He had children or didn't have children? Was it like even thing or no?
He had
children.
No, even.
Who are you talking about, Naftali?
He lost his wife, Naftali. He lost his wife. Even is the boy.
Even was your husband. Well, okay, fine, okay.
But it's good, Naftali. 30 days from now, you'll be wishing that you weren't talking about Yavamas. I promise. You'll be wishing you were learning.
I did the Mishnayos with you.
Yeah, that's right.
I had a headache from the Mishnayos.
Yeah. So, anyways, so he said in the cemetery, he said, "Go be mafarnas your nephews." Right? But he didn't sleep with her until after a long time. After 30 days. Okay, I can't say I understand that Gemara. So I'm saying that means they weren't living together as husband and wife because it was too fast. Okay, so what's the mitzvah to get married? I mean, why get involved in the whole assur of bittul aina and not providing your marital duties? Just don't get married.
Maybe it was for tax purposes, the end of the year type of thing.
Okay, I don't know. I don't understand the pshan of the Gemara. Like, so don't get married.
Well, you're a real mercenary. Just because you're a mercenary, don't make the person in the Gemara a mercenary.
Well, me, you're talking about?
No, not you. No.
I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, but it's just an interesting thing. Like, what's the proper way to do this? It sounds like, I think the pshat is that it must be better psychologically for the kids that they have a parent, meaning not that they should have a babysitter, they should have a parent, right? Okay, so Torah 30 days is, here we get into the laundry. 30 days for giyutz. Giyutz really means what we would call ironing, right? But it means fresh clothing. Whether it's new clothing or used clothing that come out from the laundry, machbesh really means from an iron. That you're not allowed to have it, right? So it's no new clothing and no old clothing that's freshly laundered. Rebbe is mekel. He says they only assur new clothing. Only new white clothing. Yeah. Which is interesting because we said halachic divrei hamekel, so how come we're machmer? Right? How come we're machmer? We're machmer that an avel and toich shloshim cannot wear freshly laundered clothing. Right? They got to put it on the floor first, or somebody else has to wear it first. So the Maisa, I don't know, there's makilim here, so I don't know, it's one of those situations where we don't go with the mekel. Okay. Abaya Nofik, begarded the sarvula. Abaya went out with some sort of coat that was the way I understood it, it's some sort of, I mean, where Rashi says it's some sort of white coat that's old, but it's ironed. Yeah. Kerebi, and he went out, he like Rebbe, because Rebbe said only new clothing is assur, not old clothing that's ironed. Rava nafik b'chimutsta rumisa sumakta chadati. Rava went out with some sort of jacket, a Roman jacket, right? That was red, and it was new. Rabbi Lazar, Rab Shimon, like Rabbi Lazar Rab Shimon, who said only white clothing is assur. So you even see Maisa Shahayas that they were mekel, right? And we still, I think, as far as I know, the minig is, it is, the halacha minig is that the avel does not wear freshly laundered clothing. So I don't know clear why that is. Yeah, okay, fine. So we say that Shabbos counts for Shiva, but it's not mafsik, meaning Yom Tif doesn't count towards Shiva, but it stops Shiva, meaning if the person's nifter before Yom Tif, then, and as long as they started Shiva before Yom Tif, so there's no Shiva on Yom Tif, obviously, and then Yom Tif knocks out the Shiva. But if the person's nifter on Yom Tif, so then those first bunch of days don't count towards Shiva, and it doesn't knock it out. Shabbos doesn't knock out Shiva, but you don't have to keep Shiva, but it counts towards Shiva, right? So that's what it is. So Bnei Yehuda, Bnei Galila, right? There was a Machlokes between the Bnei Yehuda and the Bnei Galila. Hani Amri, these say on a Talmud Beis now, Yesh aveilus b'Shabbos. There is aveilus b'Shabbos, meaning we're talking about dvarim shebetzina, not meaning do you have to keep aveilus on Shabbos? Dvarim shebetzina, things that are hidden, which is essentially just bathing, washing with hot water, and relations, right? So Hani Amri ain't aveilus b'Shabbos, and these say that there's no aveilus b'Shabbos. So Mandam Yesh aveilus b'Shabbos, the one that says Yesh aveilus b'Shabbos, the Betani Oila, because it says the word Oila. Mando Amar ain't aveilus b'Shabbos, meaning Oila, if it counts towards the Shiva, so that means there has to be some sort of Shiva there. You can't count Shabbos towards Shiva if there's no Shiva, if you weren't noyig any sort of aveilus, right? And Mando Amar ain't aveilus b'Shabbos, the one that says that there's no aveilus b'Shabbos, the Katani ain't mafsekes. It says that Shabbos doesn't stop the Shiva. So therefore, there must be that there's no aveilus. That's why it doesn't stop it. And if you think that aveilus b'Shabbos, hashta aveilus naga of sukim ibai. If there's aveilus on Shabbos, then do we need to tell you that it's not mafsik, right? But the Gemara says katani oila, but it says but it does count towards Shiva. So how could that be? So I gaboy lemisne seifa ain't an oilim because it says in the seifa it doesn't go. Shiva doesn't count. So on a reisha oila, so we say in the reisha that it does. Fine. Lamandam yesh aveilus b'Shabbos hakatani ain't mafsekes, and the mandama that says that there is aveilus in Shabbos, so but it says it doesn't stop the Shiva. So that must be that there's no aveilus on Shabbos. So Gemara says the same teretz, it's just the opposite. And since the Sefer says we're mafsik, Tana Reisha ain't a mafsekes. That's why we said in the Reisha ain't a mafsekes. There really was no point in saying it. Okay, fine. So Lema Ketanoi, let's say it's a Machlokes. Tanoim. Misha Mesa Mutulafonov. So if somebody's mace this is talking about Hilchos Aninus now. Right, somebody has the mace in front of him. I mean, the mace was just nifter. So he should eat in a different house, which doesn't mean a house; it means in a different room. Right, you're not allowed to eat in front of the mace. He doesn't have another house. He should go. Meaning, you don't have another room, then go eat in your friend's house. If you don't have a friend's house, then you put a mechitza of 10 tefachim in front of the mace, and then you could eat. If you have nothing like a mechitza, you turn your face away from the mace and then you eat. But you don't lean, you don't relax and eat. You just eat, do what you got to do, and then you stop. You can't eat meat. You can't drink wine. This is one of the big misinformations that avelim have. They think because an onen can't have meat and wine, so they think during Shiva you can't have meat and wine either. No, during Shiva meat and wine is fine. It's only aninus that meat and wine is not okay. Taisus goes through exactly what the chumras and the kulas are. Fine.
Eating in front of the mace, is that a halacha l'maisa?
Yes.
For everyone?
Yes.
Because I went to pick up a mace once, and it was a Sephardi family. There was so much food that they had delivered before the mace was even removed, and they were all eating.
Right in front of the mace, or the mace was in a different room?
Mace had a sheet over it.
So
I didn't know if maybe other people.
I don't know what this.
In general, isn't this talking about one of your own relatives? So somebody else could eat in front of them.
No.
It's extremely appetizing.
No, they made this a family affair. They had cousins come in from all over, and they were eating before the body was removed.
Jesse, you sure you didn't confuse it with a henna?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe the body was in a different room.
Nope, right in the middle. Very weird.
I don't know. Maybe they have a different mahalach. Maybe they didn't know. Maybe there's a different way of passing. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, whatever it is. Ve'ein mevarach, and he doesn't make a bracha. Ve'ein mezamin, and he can't make a mezumin. Ve'ein mevarach alav, and we don't use him for a mezumin. Ve'ein mezamin alav, and we don't make a mezumin on him, right? For him, yeah. Upater mikriya shema min atfilin is pater from davening and tefillah, min atfilin and from tefillin. That's besides for the first day of Shiva. When we call mitzvahs amuras, but Torah is pater from all mitzvahs. Mitzvahs says, okay, not loisa says. Loisa says you got to keep, right? Just mitzvahs says. But Shabbos, meisa v'oichel, but on Shabbos he can eat regular, even. But it means here not in front of the mace though. If the mace is there on Shabbos, you can't eat in front of the mace. And he eats meat and he drinks wine on Shabbos. This is again, there's no aninus on Shabbos because there's nothing you can do. But tefillin, right? Obviously, tefillin. What is tefillin doing here? We're talking about Shabbos, right? From this Gemara, you could say it's mashma that you could wear tefillin on Shabbos, that you wear tefillin on Shabbos, but that it's got to be it has to be it's whatever typo or something. All the other mitzvahs, right? Fine. Now, Agav, there's some interesting shilas that come up. I was listening to one of Shiurim today, and he said, what happens if the avel eats before the levaya, and now he's full, and he's still full after the levaya? Does he have to bench? Or was he potter b'shas when he ate? Right? Meaning when he eats, when he's an onen, yeah, he's potter. Now he's still full. Or he went to the bathroom, right? A lot of aveilus will go to the bathroom. This is actually fairly common. They go to the bathroom, and you're allowed to say assur yotzer until you have a sensation that you need to go again. So after the kvura, do you say assur yotzer? Or do you say, no, you were potter from the assur yotzer, Rabban? You don't like this, love this stuff. You say you're potter from the assur yotzer because you were an onen when you went to the bathroom. Yeah.
I mean, you're saying guys, Dafka goes and they could make an assur yotzer. Is that what you're trying to say?
What are you saying?
They're trying
he's
to
not
go
saying they do it
or
on
not
purpose.
go to the bathroom so they could say an assur yotzer. Is that what you're trying to say here?
No, I'm just saying it's easy to say the assur yotzer after the kvura for what he went to the bathroom before.
I tell you, and the one time Gershon's not here, it's unbelievable.
Oh, he's not here. Yeah. All right. Chaval. Yeah, fine. But anyways, so he's potter from all these mitzvahs. Right? I grada had this. I was an onen over Shabbos. My father was nitto Friday late morning. I was onen over Shabbos. Grada was a Machlokes, Rabbi Brown and Rabbi Yeager, whether we should say Kaddish. Do you say Kaddish over Shabbos? Right, it's a Machlokes, a Taz, and a Shach, whether you say Kaddish over Shabbos, because Lamaisa Kaddish doesn't start till after the Kvura. Lamaisa, I think we said it. I think we said it. Yeah, fine. So Rabbi Gamliel, says because they're chayiv in all these, so they're chayiv in everything. Now, what exactly does that mean? We'll see in the Gemara. Rabbi Yochanan says what the difference between Rabbi Gamliel and the first shita is relations, right? That according to Rabbi Gamliel, he's allowed to have relations on Shabbos because there's no aveilus on Shabbos, so it includes relations. And the first Tana says not. So my lavakom iflagi, the masav yesh aveilus b'Shabbos, the masav re'en aveilus b'Shabbos. The Machlokes between Shimon Gamliel and Tanakama is like the Machlokes between Yehuda and who was it? The Bnei Galil and the Bnei Yehuda, whether there's aveilus b'tzin on Shabbos or not. Right? So Gemara says no. Mimai. Who says no? Dilma adkan like Tanakama hasa. Maybe the Tanakama over there, right? Who says that it's us, that it's, how does it go now? The Tanakama, right, by the Braysa, says that it's assur, maybe there, because the mace is there, so it's So that's already painful. The mace is sitting there, right? But where the ain mace but where it's not, it's during shiva. So the mace is not in front of you. So then maybe they're not. Right? So maybe it's maybe it's more makel. Rav Gamliel only said over there, right? That even tashrish, even relations being mutter dakati loy chal aveilus because ma'aseh is aveilus didn't start yet. Right? Aval hachat the chal aveilus hachanami, but here where aveilus is chal already on them, so now then it's a problem, right? That would be more of a problem. So meaning we don't know whether we can compare an onen, the machlokes by an onen having relations to somebody in aveilus having relations, meaning there's a chumrah and a kula, right? So now this, I'll tell you what is very negeya. This is mamish very negeya. Can an onen take a shower? Right? From here, you see that there's different halachas. Relax.
You told
relax.
me to take one before I asked.
It. Can you just relax? We got to discuss it. Yeah, we're going to discuss it. Yeah. From here, you see that there's milus. I don't know if milus and chesroinus is the right terminology, but there are certain things that are stricter about onen and more lenient by avel. Right? Onen can't have meat and milk. Nobody can have meat and milk. I'm saying he can't have meat and wine, and an avel can have. And here it's mashma that maybe only aninus relations would be assur, but or no, the opposite. Maybe only when the avel, when there's real aveilus with relations be assur, maybe aninus not. Right? So some paskin that taka and onen is mutter with relations. Right? And Mamela, I think of the Mechaber, from what I remember correct, the Mechaber paskins that that an onen can take a shower. I mean, if you hold an onen can have relations, so then he would be able to take a shower. Right? I mean, I don't know if the two are exactly comparable, but yeah, but anyways, it's a machlokes. Obviously we try to be machmer, but there is makom to be makel. Lamaisa is makom to be makel that an onen could take a shower. Yeah, and also negia to his wife, whatever it is, if it's necessary, that would also the armakila. But anyways, so that's yeah, okay, we'll stop there. Fine. All right, have a good shabbos.
Yaakov,
Shabbos.
myself and Chaim Sugar was Shomer Reb Chanina's father. So I remember that we would, know all halachas, and I remember whoever told us when we ate, so only one of us stayed in the room and one of us went out to eat.
Is that how you did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I don't know, a kasha from Jesse. I don't know. Jesse is a kasha. Right.
Have a good Shabbos, everyone.
Okay, good job.
Not to bring a rhyme from this, Thiago, but when we were in the old, the old shul building, so our neighbors, the other congregation in the building, one time we came in for Mincha Maariv, and they were having a disco party in their social hall. So we asked one of the guys, like, what is it, like a bar mitzvah? Like, they have on disco lights, the whole business. So they said, no, it's a shloshim.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I hear. Maybe there were no kids. Maybe it was only siblings or whatever.
I don't know. It was a wild party for a shloshim.
You didn't know the nifta, so
I didn't know. No, I did not. I did not know the nifta. No.
Yeah. I hear you. I listened to that shir.
I have like 15 minutes left. I assume you figured out why I texted you that Shiloh.
Yeah.
He was very.
I was glad of listening to it then. It's a standard. It's no chidushim there. It's standard stuff. What bothers me is that he's looking to say that Rabbanim shouldn't be getting involved in these things. Rabbanim shouldn't get involved. And it's like, hello, roast Rabbanim know how to deal with all this stuff. Who are you kidding?
I knew when he was talking about the Muncie stuff. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna. Yeah.